we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
Hello, welcome to this video. I have not been the best vlogger today. I really started the day off strong, and then I've kind of let it slip, but we're here. So this morning we woke up really late, really lazy, really slow, cleaned up a bit, did some laundry, and then basically we just did nothing for most of the day. We just kind of laid around, hung out together, watched TV, things like that. And then around 4 o'clock, oh my gosh, so sorry. Around 4 o'clock, we went to our menu tasting for our wedding, which was so much fun and so delicious. So I have some clips that I'll just kind of put over me talking, but we got to see our venue. Rob had never seen it before, and it was so sweet to go back there. He loved it. And then we had the menu tasting. So there was 20 other couples there doing the same thing, and they served 8 different dishes. We kind of decided what we wanted to choose. And they have more menu options than what they served, but we're going to choose things that we tasted because they were so good. Nothing was bad at all. We got to make some new friends at the table we were sitting at, and just get to talk to people who are getting married at the same place. So that was interesting. And then we drove home. And it's 10 o'clock now because our venue is an hour away almost. So it's been a long evening. Oh my goodness. So sorry. It's been a long evening. Yeah, and I thought I would be better at vlogging it today, but that's okay. Tomorrow, I have a friend coming over, and we're gonna make breakfast, and I'm gonna teach her how to use my latte machine thing that I have, and we'll just see where the day goes. But yeah, that's the plan for tomorrow. Also tomorrow, when she leaves, I'm gonna do stuff for work. And I'm going to talk to you about school a little bit because I've been editing. Last night I edited the last vlog of starting the school year, or the second part of the school year from after winter break, and I'm very negative in that video, so I apologize. But there's been some things that I have been thinking about and researching or whatever in terms of education that has made me really excited to talk about it. So I'll talk about that more tomorrow after she leaves, and kind of work on some school things. But for now, it's 10:30. Honestly, I'm just gonna... Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry for how much I've yawned. Honestly, I'm just going to hang out in the room, go to bed, do nothing, not do anything exciting. So I'll see you tomorrow when we make a yummy breakfast.
We don't need no more. Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm. Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon, side by side and through and through. No limit to what we can do. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life.
Okay, so this is officially the worst vlog ever. But it's Sunday. It's now Sunday evening. We woke up very late again. And then I had a friend come over and we hung out, made some coffees, and ate some breakfast together, and it was very fun. She left around 2. And then I took a nap because my eyes were really tired. I don't know, maybe I didn't sleep enough, but I did stay up very late, so I took a nap, and then I was on my phone for like an hour, and it's now 5 o'clock. So, this is not a very exciting vlog so far, but that's okay. We did the menu tasting. That was exciting. Now I'm going to go downstairs, clean up the kitchen from our breakfast, and put some dishes away, and then cook dinner. And I'm going to chat with you guys after that about the feelings I have about school right now, because I said I would do that today, so that's what we're going to do. But let's go clean up our kitchen and make some food.
With you and I, the future is bright. You and I, we got it. We don't need no more. Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm.
Good morning. Happy Monday. This is going to be the last day of this video. I meant to come back and talk last night, but I made dinner. It was really yummy, and then we just kind of like hung out together because Rob is going on a work trip today, so I wanted to just spend time with him. But let me talk to you about what I have discovered this week, or this past week, that has made me feel upset, but also like, I don't even know the right word, like motivated, I guess, to be better at my job. So I listened to a podcast, I'm going to link it down below, all about the science of reading versus the theory of reading that comes from like the queuing system, and how the proficiency levels of children reading in America is so low, and like how that was scientifically proven to be why. And it's been going on for a really long time. So, and like even back to when I learned how to read. So it's very interesting, but give that a listen. Even if you're not an educator, I think it's really important. But today is a Monday. I'm going to try to be more patient today. Yes, and I'm also going to try to film some clips, but I'll probably come on at the end of the day and talk about what we did, because I only have about a minute before the bell rings. Oh, there it is. Anyway, I'll see you at the end of the day. So our book today is called Creep Low, Fly High. First thing we're going to look at is the front of this book. What do you think? Thumbs up or down? Do you think this is nonfiction? Seeing lots of thumbs down. I agree with you. Why do we know it's probably not nonfiction? Because it's a drawing, right? Or an illustration. Nobody took that photo. I can tell because all the insects kind of look like cartoons, don't they? So let's read it so we're all looking at it. And remember, remembering our questions. What insects are there and how are they alike or different? How are they the same or different? Bug boasts. The sun came up over a big field. 5 bug pals met to chat and laugh. It's me, Butterfly. I used to be Caterpillar, cried Butterfly. But you're not the same, sighed Ant. But I am still a pal, said Butterfly. Okay, what do we think of that story? Thumbs up or down? I liked it. I thought that was a better story. We've had a couple of kind of boring stories the last couple weeks, but I don't get to pick them, do I? So I enjoyed that this was a good story. Before we do writing, because we're going to do it new this week, we're going to take a minute to do a Go Noodle, and then we're going to be focused to hear about the new writing, okay? Get water if you need it. So we're going to have one prompt, which is like what we're writing about, every week. So it's going to be the same as tomorrow and the rest of the week. So we're going to do the first step of it today. So the prompt today, what did I write, or for this week, is what is your favorite insect? Because the Wonder stories this week are all about insects, right? So we're not going to do anything too different than what we're supposed to do, but we're going to try to make it a little easier for ourselves. Does that sound good? So I want everyone to put in their mind what their favorite insect is. Today what you're going to do is make your own bubble map. I did that in the beginning with the what types of insects we know, right? So you're going to watch me make my bubble map.
Oh.
So the first thing you're going to do is in the middle of your page, in the middle of that blank space, you're going to write the name of your bug. Okay, does it need to be spelled perfect? No. Are you going to come ask me how to spell it? No. What are you going to do? Sound it out. So the bug that I'm going to choose as my favorite bug, even though I don't love bugs, I'm going to pick a ladybug. So I'm going to sound it out. A, E, good. So I'm putting my bug right in the middle. And I'm putting a circle around it. Okay. Then I need to come up with ideas of things I know about the bug. What's something I might know about ladybugs? Yep, they're red. Oop, black dogs. Oop, they fly. And the wings are in the back, right? Because if they fly, they must have wings. Right? Am I writing sentences in the bubbles? I'm writing 1 or 2 words. Okay. Look at my bubble map. Did I write one thing that I know about ladybugs? No, let's see how many I wrote. I wrote 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Your job today is to write as many things as you know about your bug. Tomorrow we're going to use our bubble map to start our writing. Okay? So that means it has to be in your writing notebook so you don't lose it. If you put it on a random piece of paper and it gets lost, then you have to do this again. Ooh, number 4 is also silent E. Here we go. Has 4 sounds. G. O. O. B. Globe. Globe. Show me a thumbs up if you think you've written it down the right way. Okay, let's see. Globe looks like this. All right, last one is a review word that has the floss rule in it. Who remembers what that is?
It means there's like two letters that are the same.
Yes, that means there's a double letter. The double letter is going to go in the same box together, okay? Now look at me. I'm going to remind you what letters can be double, because not all of them can. For the floss rule, you can either have a double F, L, S, or Z. So whichever one of those you hear in this word, that one has to be doubled, okay? All right, here we go. And it might be at the end. You're right. Usually it is at the end, okay? This word has 4 sounds. G, A, S. Thumbs up when you think you've written grass the right way. Grass looks like this. Double S at the end. Alrighty, go ahead and clean up your workbooks. Come back to the floor. So we have a book for her just like all the other people we've learned about, but it's not a big book, it's a small book, okay? And I think that our camera is broken because it's fallen so many times, so I'm going to try to get us a new one after school in the library. So I'm going to have to hold it up, which means you're going to have to be paying attention. So this is a little book. We're going to read 1 chapter every day. It's called The Story of Ruby Bridges. It's a biography. Does anyone know what the word biography means? Yeah, so biographies are nonfiction books about a person. So we're going to read just the first chapter today. Yes, sir.
How do you know that
That is a biography? Yeah. It says on the front, a biography book for new readers. Okay, just like Mercy, I'm going to read it and then hold up the picture, okay? All right, so meet Ruby Bridges. When Ruby Bridges was a child, she loved playing jacks and climbing trees. This all changed, though, when she started the first grade. She became a civil rights leader. In 1960, so that was about 60 years ago, that wasn't that long ago, was it? She became the first African American student in the South to attend an all-white school. Although you probably attend school with kids that look different than you right now, right? We know that. This was not what was going on in the 1950s and 60s. Black children and white children went to segregated schools. They talked about that in the video, right? They had to go to different schools. They did not play at the same parks or even swim in the same pools. In fact, black people and white people did everything separate. Black Americans were treated unfair and often faced violence if they chose not to follow the rules of being separated with segregation. All right, so this is a picture of her in first grade. Even though we know this is nonfiction because she's a real person, they decided to draw all the pictures in this book. Ruby faced danger when she was attending her new school, but she remained determined. She did not let others sway her from what she wanted to do. And as an adult, because she's still alive, Ruby Bridges is an adult, she's still alive, and she still is an activist, like they talked about. So as an adult, she continued to work to end racism, which is when you treat someone different because of how they look, right? Today, because she's still alive, so today she's famous, right? We're learning about her. She's an activist who speaks out for injustice. Ruby's bold actions changed the course of history. So if she never went to this all-white school, do you think we'd all be in this room together? Maybe not, right? We will never know. In the next few pages, we're going to learn about her life. Okay, so through this book, we're going to learn about her life, and we're going to learn about her childhood, her family, and the community that she was in. We're going to learn what inspired her and how she conquered her fears. Because I bet if you pulled up to school every day and there was people already trying to be rude to you, not telling you to come in the building, you wouldn't want to come to school, would you? No. I wouldn't want to come here. People around the world have been inspired by her because she was only in first grade when she did this, which means she was only 6 or 7, right? Because you're 6 and 7, and you're in first grade. So it's hard to face your fears when you're only 6 or 7. And so it inspired a lot of people. And it reminds us to speak out when things are wrong. So when you see something that's not going on that's right, you come tell someone about it, right? You don't just let it happen. Yes? Okay. So her story shows that one little girl can change the whole world. All right, so we'll read the second chapter tomorrow. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to pack up. Save your questions for when you line up because we took a lot of time to read that. We are going to quietly pack up because if we pack up quickly, we have time to read our book, our Mercy book, okay? We're going to watch this because it was Chinese New Year this weekend. Hello. So it's the end of the day. I didn't come on at school at the end of the day to kind of end this video because I had a meeting at the end of the day, and then I went out with some of my coworkers for like a little drinks after work, and I've just been at home relaxing ever since. But I don't actually know if I got into all of this morning of what I wanted to talk about. I know I mentioned that I'm feeling a little more, tiny bit more passion again in this job because, like I've said in the past, there's things that have happened in the school that I'm in that make me not excited to go to work, but that's okay. Better days are ahead, and I'm trying to not, focus on those things and find some joy in the job that I have. So I listened to a podcast this past week called Sold a Story, and I'll link it below, and it really was calling out a theory of reading instruction that I have witnessed time and time again be poor It's not a great way to teach. But it's very upsetting because like districts that I've worked in and even districts that I like observed in as a college student, they ask their teachers to follow this theory and this type of instruction. And it's probably the way that I was instructed to read, 20 years ago or more. But it's very interesting because it really calls that theory out and debunks it fully and talks about a more scientific-based approach to reading instruction that I actually learned in college. And at the time, I was like, this looks great. And then I would go to observe schools and no one was doing those things. And it was very confusing to me at the time to know which was correct. And then you get a job and your districts tell you what you have to do. And you, especially as like a first, second year teacher, I don't know what I'm doing. Like I feel like I do, but I don't fully understand the scope of the long-term effects my instruction is having on these kids. And, last year was a whole hot mess for lots of reasons that have nothing to do with the instruction I was doing. And so this year, the district I work in now is starting to have us use a program, like give us like a professional development training through a program that has to do with this more scientific-based approach. And while that's all fine and good, there's still people and moments in my school that are against what this program is trying to teach everybody. And it's frustrating because I am absolutely not in charge of anything that goes on there. So the whole podcast just kind of got me to be more excited about my job and remind me that like I do know what's correct in the way that I should be teaching. And I do know the skills that these kids need to have and all these things. And it just made me feel more confident in the education that I got and then also the skills that I know how to do. And hopefully it'll make me, instruct better. But today was kind of the first day that I did something for myself to like get my classroom in the routine of headed towards this type of instruction. And it was quite eye-opening how capable each student was. Like some of them would surprise me and some of them would surprise me in a negative way. Just like I thought they could do more. So good to know now. And then I can help them with what they need. So it was very interesting. And obviously I can't say a million little details that I wish I could because it's just not professional. But the podcast is interesting. Take a listen, especially if you're an educator or you have young children. I think it's definitely worth listening to. But yeah, so I'm going to end this video here. I'm starting to feel a little better about my job. Menu tasting was so amazing. Yesterday was a nice little lazy day. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this vlog. Sorry if it was like really random and all over the place, but thanks for watching anyway. Hope you have a great day or night, and I'll see you in the next one. Keep spreading positivity. Bye.